Sir? Hello, sir? If you're waiting for somebody, this is just the emergency exit. The main entrance is over there, in the front of this building. Well, he probably knows what he's doing. Voila, there we are again. Welcome back at the workforce. And there's my good old friend Claire.
Stop. Please identify yourself.
Hello, Claire. And? Everything okay? How did you manage without me?
Please identify yourself.
Aren't you happy that I'm back?
Please identify yourself.
I'm glad to hear that. And? How's Bill doing? Still on a diet?
Please identify yourself.
All right. Right. Peter. 73rd floor. Greenberg and Winter.
Right, Peter, your details are being verified. Stay within view of this security check. Right, Peter. Quote your password for the elevator now.
The password. Damn it. It was changed in the meantime, right? Listen, Claire, I only have the password from 2 weeks ago. It might well be that it was changed in the meantime, but I wasn't here.
System information. If you do not have a valid password, you must have the system administrator issue you a new password.
Yeah, I know. But that's Bill, and he's upstairs at the agency. Any other way to identify myself?
I will issue you with temporary authorization if you agree to an audio-visual direct connection.
Okay, agreed. I've never done this before, but I guess we can make it work, right?
I will now establish an audio-visual direct connection with Mr. Greenberg. Please look at my face. Mr. Greenberg will now be able to communicate with you through my interface.
Okay, fine with me.
Mr. Greenberg, a person identified by the messenger ID 1245624569987 has entered the building. The person claims to be Peter Wright. Can you verify this information?
Right.
Hello, Mr. Greenberg.
What's up? Problems with Claire?
You should know her. I thought Bill gave her an update.
He did, but the wrong one. That diet of his must be affecting his concentration. You need a password. Claire, you old scraphead, go on, give him one. This is Peter Wright.
System information. The password has been changed. Right, Peter. Your new password is PL56T9OLP4R.
Okay, then I'm not needed here, right?
See you in a moment, Mr. Greenberg. Thanks, Claire.
Stop. Please.
Right.
Right. Stay with right. Quote your...
Of course. The password is...
Your answer is correct. Permission granted. Have a nice day at Greenberg and Winter, sir.
No, better leave Brenda alone. She can get really crappy. I still remember when Bill asked her for a date once. She polished him off in such a way that he needed to see a therapist for weeks. My best bet is she never got over her breakup with Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Peter. It's great to see you again. Hang on a second, I'm almost finished here. We missed you. Have you...
Yeah, I'm totally fine. No, I didn't see a therapist, nor did I try to kill myself. Everything is fine, okay?
Oh, please, I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask how you were. Won't happen again.
I'm sorry, Brian. I didn't mean to brush you off that way. I'm just somewhat beside myself, that's all. Anyway, what DEF CON do we have?
Have you seen it? DEF CON 3, like every other day. Man, you sound so much better already.
All right then. Let's plaster New York with our telepics again. And how did that work out with you two?
Oh, brilliant. We've gotten married since you've been gone. And you know what? Bill's pregnant. Just look at him. 24th month. I reckon it's going to be an elephant. I'm so happy.
Shut your big mouth, fitness freak.
Are you listening? Bill's happy too.
You two are just too damn funny.
Not funny? Okay, then, the truth. After you left, Bill showed what a lazy bastard he was for the first time. He shifts absolutely no data. He spends the whole day downloading stuff from GlobalNet, or else he sits in the kitchen and stuffs himself with this chemical grub. I hate him. And the worst thing is, I have to defend him to Mr. Greenberg.
I heard that.
You were meant to, Wimpy.
And don't call me Wimpy.
Sure, Wimpy. You see, we love each other. It's good that you're back.
How's the campaign coming?
Oh, you know us. One fantastic success after another. The best reports we've ever had. It's no wonder anyway, since I've had to do everything myself because Bill spends his time at work either eating or getting something to eat. We've been making 94% fewer mistakes.
Okay, I get the picture. But honestly, Brian, how far are you?
We're as good as finished. Luckily, we still had the results from the last big meeting, and I think we've managed to transfer them pretty well. I'll show you later. Things will run smoothly, and they'll go off to vote like good little sheep.
By the way, what do you think about the campaign?
What do I think? I don't think, you know that. I never do. It's too dangerous.
Okay, but here and there you might bump your head, and all of a sudden you may actually think something. Let me put it this way. Are you behind the work we're doing here?
What do you mean? You know the bills my gym sends me? They're horrendous. It's a dirty job, but I'm young and I need the money.
And other than that?
Okay, if you want the truth, I think we can't let some idiots blow our asses away. Especially not after so much work has gone into shaping mine. Honestly, we need to watch out, try to create the conditions where these sort of people are caught. But what are you getting at? Don't you like this job? You used to be so enthusiastic about it.
I mean, we do put ourselves up as targets, don't you think?
You mean they're gonna blow us up for that? Oh, you know, if they want to, then fine. We're only doing our job. If you ask me, this whole Luddites thing has gotten too serious.
Because it is a serious issue. They bomb airplanes. Isn't that serious enough for you?
Oh man, yeah, I understand. You don't think that the plane was blown up because they wanted to kill you? Because you were working on this campaign, do you? Or is there something else? Peter, man, it was a terrible coincidence. An accident, a tragedy.
I had a ticket for that plane as well, and I wish I would have been on that flight.
Hey man, come on. In what way would that have been better?
I would be with Laura and Patrick. We would be together, wherever that might be.
I'm sure that the two of them are someplace beautiful. And you can always be with them in your thoughts.
Yeah. Well, how would you know?
Peter, I'm not good at these sort of things, but you'll get through this. We're here for you. Do you hear me?
Yeah. Thanks, Brad. There's something else. Can I ask you something?
Yeah, sure.
I saw you have a new upload terminal.
Yeah, our computer genius Bill configured it. It only took him 18 hours. A new record for him. Go, Bill!
Just shut your mouth, Brian. Otherwise, you can set up your own messed up configuration systems yourself next time.
All right. So, really, Peter, the new system is brilliant. We've got access to all the displays from a single source, and we can load up content for individual displays.
And that means no more trouble with these on-site installations.
Exactly. About time, too, if you ask me. Bill figured this out so he doesn't have to leave the office anymore. He just doesn't fit in the SAC cars.
How come we got this new system all of a sudden?
I was amazed, too, really. After all the trouble with the electronic applications, I honestly thought we'd have to wait until Christmas at least. But then everything went really quickly.
Pretty amazing. How'd that happen?
I think after our security checkup was done, they really hurried up in giving us good equipment to work with for the start of the new campaign.
Do I have to know any specifics about this thing?
No, just put the disc in, press upload, done. No problem.
I'm going to take a look at it. Can I ask you something else?
Yeah, sure, man.
Can I talk to you very quick? It's personal.
Sure, what is it then?
Let's take a walk to the kitchen, shall we?
Okay, you go on ahead. I'll be right there. Okay, go ahead.
And how's Jenny doing?
Well, she's happy. Having a pool is her lifelong dream. It doesn't matter that I had to sell my soul in the next 30 years of hard work to Mr. Greenberg.
His collection of souls has to be enormous by now.
Yeah, only the devil himself has more. But really, Jenny's on cloud 9, and I sit by the pool and feel like a king. I dip my feet in the water and think to myself, hey, not bad for an...
Ex-con and former hacker.
Shh! Are you mad, man? Be quiet. Mr. Greenberg must never know about that. You idiot.
Did you actually tell Jenny in the meantime about your past?
No, I just haven't got round to it. Not yet. I'm going to, for sure.
At some point, you have to come clean, Brian. I'm sure she won't bite your head off. At least not right away.
I'm not so sure about that. You know how brutal the cops can be sometimes.
I met someone on GlobalNet.
What? You met someone? A woman?
Yeah. Her name is Christine.
Oh, man.
What do you mean with, oh, man? It's weird. I know that myself.
You mean, do you really think that this is right for you at the moment? I mean, Laura's not even been properly buried.
I know that myself, Brian. But thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, okay, but why are you doing this anyway? This whole virtual partnership crap is so totally dehumanized and...
I know. It's only that way I feel less alone. Don't you understand that? But then, when the session ends, I'm thinking about Laura. And I could simply bang my head right into that monitor.
Yeah, I understand. Don't exaggerate things. You're only making yourself even more unhappy. You feel guilty because of Laura, or you're hurting this Christine. But the person you're hurting the most is yourself. And you're alone either way. And that's a load of crap.
You're probably right.
Come over to Jenny and me instead. We'll cook something, play a few rounds of Space Hunt, with some real people for a change.
Yeah. That would be really nice.
Promise me that you won't go take up these chats again and come over to us instead.
I promise.
Okay. Jenny will be so happy to have you over again. You can spill beer on our sofa again, like you do every time.
Thanks, Brian. You're a real friend.
Yeah, I know.
I can't promise you that.
Why can't you? Has it already gone that far?
No, but I just feel...
Attracted to her?
That's not it.
Understood by her?
More like that.
What are you doing, man? Well, then I guess see what happens. Maybe we'll take your mind off things. But you have to come over for dinner, otherwise Jenny will probably get this nervous rash, and you really don't want that to happen.
No, of course not. Okay. I'll try to stop by in the next few days. But not before I poured some beer of my own catalog furniture first. There's something else. Yesterday, the police was at my apartment building.
Cool. And they let you get away?
They came from my neighbors, and they arrested a man.
And that's what the police do. That's what they're there for. Or have I misunderstood something?
His wife asked me to help her, dealing with the authorities and stuff like that.
The wife of the guy they arrested.
That's exactly what I said.
You said no, of course, right?
I said yes.
Great. Why do you always do things like this? Where's it gonna end? And who knows what this guy's been up to? I mean, what has he been up to?
No idea. The whole thing seems to be kind of strange.
Something strange. That sounds really great, man. Listen, today you're making a few calls for his wife. Tomorrow you'll be hiding drugs in your apartment. And the day after that, you'll be in trouble yourself.
I think now you're painting everything just a little bit too black.
I've had experience of this sort of thing.
So you think I should stay out of it?
Of course. I don't understand why you even want to get involved in something like this in your situation.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man. I think we both have to get going, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
All right then. See you in a bit. Hey, Bill, old dog.
Peter, how's it going? Everything all right?
Everything okay?
Good to see you back. I really don't like having to sit with this vain idiot every day.
You can't talk about Mr. Greenberg like that.
I think he's talking about you, Brian.
Can you please tell Brian that I can manage without his jokes today?
Can you please tell Bill to stop getting popcorn crumbs in my keyboard?
Can you please tell Brian that?
Hey, stop it already. Okay, I got it. You had a lot of fun while I was gone, but I really don't have the nerves for your bickering, you guys. So could you please be more considerate about it? Could we go over some job-related things real quick? There are some things that are not quite clear.
Sure, go ahead.
How did it go with Mr. Greenberg?
What? You mean after the warning?
Exactly. Could you straighten it out?
I got away with it again.
And what did he say?
He said I mustn't do it again, and the security firm demands a fine, which of course will be...
Taken out of your salary.
Of course.
Of course.
But that's okay. I've turned the whole thing around. It's working perfectly again.
How's it going on your end? Did you get a handle on that thing with the displays?
Yeah, we had loads of trouble with the network distribution. The satellite connection was really unstable last time. The communication authority claimed they were just updating software, but I had the impression that they were changing half the system.
But now everything is up and running again, right?
Like clockwork. You must have a display in your area.
Yeah. A 519er is hanging there, just across the street from Brooklyn Park.
And it worked all right?
It worked all right.
Right. Everything is all right then.
How's it going with the slogans?
You want the truth?
Absolutely. Completely honest.
Well, don't take this the wrong way, but I really don't like them. I find it all really dull and authoritarian.
You see, and that's why you're system programmer here and not content director. Because the only two things you know about are popcorn and your computer.
Please, let him talk, Brian. I really want to hear it. I don't have the best feeling with these slogans myself.
It disturbs me. This entire campaign sounds like something out of a police state. We've got 38 million telescreens out there, and on top of that, there are millions of home screens. We reach everyone, Peter. Everyone. Is this tone necessary for our target audience? Do we have to do it this way?
I'm a little bit surprised myself.
Our slogans make it sound as if people have no choice.
Do they have one then?
Of course they have one.
What is it?
They can always vote against it.
Which we don't want.
Exactly.
Therefore, the slogan has to be phrased in a way as if we know we're going to win. Then, we are really going to win.
Brian's right. Keep thinking about it. I'll upload anything that the two of you can come up with.
You honestly think it's that bad?
Don't take this the wrong way, but to me, It sounds like something written by someone having a hard time, who wants to use aggressive slogans as a form of revenge.
Maybe that's actually the case. But, however, we don't have a choice anyway, Brian. The campaign is our job. Let's do it, and do it good. By the way, Bill, I need to use the upload terminal for a moment.
Sorry, but I'm right in the middle of something difficult here. I've got to finish that first.
It'll only take a few minutes, Bill, I promise.
A couple of minutes. I know what that means. I've got to do my work, Peter. You can do it when I take a break to get something to eat.
That'll be soon then.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. I've still got another 15 pounds to lose.
Come on, Bill, it's urgent.
What's this really all about, then?
I, have to make myself acquainted with the system.
Sure, I know you do. But you can do that when I'm finished here. Otherwise, just do it when I'm on my break, okay?
Okay, I gotta go now.
Right. Okay, then.
Hey, Wright, back again. Good to have you back on board. Excuse that small problem with Claire. Bill will have to take a look at it again.
Oh, that's okay, sir. I think I can manage now. Although the new password is not exactly easier to remember than the old one.
So how you doing? Feel at home in your new apartment?
Yes, sir. So far, everything's just fine. Thanks again for helping me out so much. I have to admit I was in pretty bad shape.
Who wouldn't be? You really have been through a tough time. I know it's easier said than done, but you have to look to the future. Life goes on. I would just hate to lose a talented guy like you. So, welcome back. Let's get cracking and make some dough. Let's get busy.
Mr. Greenberg, I would like to talk to you for a minute.
I actually have an appointment just now, right? You know, the United Bank Trust budget. We really have a big thing going there.
It won't keep you very long.
Okay, what's up?
May I ask you something personal?
Of course. Go ahead.
I have a sleeping problem lately. It totally wears me down.
That's normal, knowing what you've been through.
What could I do to improve that? Got some advice for me?
You're asking the wrong guy. I only sleep about 4 hours every night. Maybe you should try some relaxing exercises. Or check out what Cubichem has to offer.
I don't take that stuff.
Well, then you're missing out. The human body is nothing more than a machine. It works at your command, if you know where the switches are. Cubichem's products know where those switches are. Just take 4, sleep 3 at night, and I assure you, you'll sleep like an angel for 4 hours. You'll wake up feeling like a new man, and that's without an alarm clock.
I was always convinced that I could handle everything without using any of these designer drugs.
Hey, designer drugs, what are you talking about? Are you calling me a junkie, right?
Of course not. What I meant was that sleep should come naturally.
Why? What's natural about our jobs? What's natural about our lives? Our bodies have just been constructed wrongly in certain parts. Come on, help your body along and you'll discover the spirit will automatically follow.
How are Fiona and the kids? Everything fine?
Great. They're doing just great. Fiona's on vacation as we speak. At first, she wanted to accompany Walter's wife, who managed to get a free ticket for Lunar 5, but it didn't work out.
Mr. Winter is on Lunar 5?
No, he's in Beijing because of the United Bank Trust negotiations. Only his wife Helen is there.
And Jason?
Jason has become a real math genius. He's doing great at school now and getting straight A's. Your idea with the extra tuition really paid off. That young teacher, the one you recommended, what's his name again?
What? Oh, the teacher, Ashcroft. Peter Ashcroft.
Ashcroft, yeah. He's excellent. Even though I thought his hourly rate might be a bit too high, I have to admit he was worth every cent.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't good in math at school myself. Only once we started learning finance mathematics did I start finding numbers interesting. Taxes, interest rates, the stuff one really needs in life, get it?
Yeah.
Right, are you even listening to me?
What? Of course I do. Sure I do.
Yeah? What did I just say?
I'm sorry, sir. I was lost in thought.
I notice you're not completely back on track. Oh well, it'll get better.
You told me once that Fiona hasn't been feeling well for quite some time.
Oh yes, but that was long ago and fortunately over with.
It was about her miscarriage, right?
Huh? How did you know that?
You yourself told me that.
I did? Oh, well, that's possible. But I really don't want to discuss this right now. You probably have a lot to do, right?
It's just that because I'm kind of feeling the same thing. At least I think so. And I thought you might be able to give me some advice how you and Fiona managed to get over it.
I can't really say much, right? We were really very sad, and it took a whole lot of time. So, discussion closed. You're going to get me down, and I might start having really depressive thoughts.
Sorry. Didn't mean to. Of course. Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I shouldn't have reminded you of that. There is another question. I just have a few business-related questions.
Go ahead.
How did Brian and Bill get along in the meantime?
Without you, you mean? Oh, really great. We almost forgot you were gone.
Is that right?
Hey, just kidding, right? Just kidding. You know what Bill and Brian are like. You were hardly gone when the quarreling started. Those two work really hard, each on his own, but they're only good team players when you're around.
Regarding the campaign concept, I'm not completely up to date. Would you mind bringing me briefly up to speed, especially when it comes to our most recent campaign work?
Oh yeah, certainly. The campaign is still running through phase 1 at the moment. Bill and Brian have spent the last week mainly developing the graphics for the new slogans. You'll be glad to hear that we've included one of yours.
Yeah, that's great. Did you start the tests already?
At the moment, we're running some test displays in the suburbs, and we're busy collecting responses from our target group. The figures are pleasing. We're getting a huge amount of feedback.
You promised the liaison office that this proposition would pass?
Of course. Having any doubts, right?
Well, it's just that you can't market a plebiscite about an important political issue like, let's say, a chocolate bar.
That's what you say. I say politics must be marketed like a chocolate bar, by exploiting emotions. Eat a chalk shock, and women start throwing themselves at you. Take mood 3, and women start throwing themselves at you. Drink a Crown's ultralight diet beer, and you'll see...
Women start throwing themselves at you?
Exactly.
Because I'm drinking beer?
Not because you're drinking beer, right? Women are throwing themselves at you even though you're drinking beer. Because you're staying in shape and not getting wasted. Because it's Crown's. Pure enjoyment without regrets. Success through consumption. That's our motto.
So now we should run this campaign by raising their anxiety? But during the last meeting, they said we should create a warm and friendly atmosphere. Kind of like we did in those cozy Lunar 5 spots.
Oh, we changed and modified it a bit, right? We had the opportunity, we just had to react.
The opportunity?
Yeah, of course. People are scared. They don't feel safe. And the bomb campaign is strengthening that unsafe feeling. It could hardly get any better for us. And that spectacular plane crash gave us another huge push. Oh, forgive me. So sorry, Wright. I took the more professional view and forgot about the human side.
No problem.
No, really, Wright. I am sorry. I am really sorry. Of course it's not lucky for us that your family, that's not what I meant to say. Really not.
It's okay. We're all professionals. You know, I have a bad feeling about this campaign.
Bad feeling? What do you mean? Are you scared of the terrorists? Oh, come on, Wright. Don't you worry about that. This bomb campaign will be over as quickly as a hailstorm. We shouldn't let these guys get to us.
That's not what I meant, sir. What I mean is, It's possible we're working on something that's a couple of sizes too big for us.
Oh, no, come on, Wright. This is the account of our lives. If we do a good job, we could get signed up as the department's communications agent for the next 10 years. That means enough work for you and job security for all at G&W.
Okay, and what does all this have to do with our campaign?
Our campaign, Wright, is aimed at the biggest emotion ever: anxiety. We have a product called security, and our customers are not the fat or lonely or young or the aged, but the anxious. All of us suffer from anxiety, so we need security, and we'll buy it. It doesn't cost us any more than checking a box at one of the election terminals.
Sounds pretty damn good.
Sure thing. You know what? That was an extract from the pitch that won us the account.
Too bad I wasn't there, too. There is another question. And how's the feedback from the liaison office?
Well, you know how these guys from liaison office are. They mechanically work through each questionnaire, parameter by parameter. They constantly inquire about our consent quotes, send us checkup inquiries, and write silly memos for further strategies.
Yeah, I saw some before I took my little vacation. Seems to be pretty damn important to them.
I think it's the most important election since the handwriting case, and these guys are now starting to behave really obtrusively.
I still got things to do. Thanks again, Mr. Greenberg. Mr. Greenberg.
Right.
I need to talk to you again. I just have a few business-related questions.
Go ahead.
Mr. Greenberg, there's something else I would like to address about my job. I'm feeling somewhat uncomfortable about raising this issue already today, but...
Please don't go asking me for a raise. Right. Don't do that to me.
No. I'd like to have a few days off.
A couple of days off? You just been on vacation. Besides, you can't take off again. You just got back. Well, okay, I get it. You need more time. Time for yourself.
That's one way to say it.
I understand. But in the long run, I don't think this is going to do you any good. You need your job, your colleagues, to be kept busy. This brooding and doing nothing will only do you harm.
It's not the first time I hear that, sir, and thank you for your compassion. But would it be possible anyway? I think Bill and Brian could do a few more days without me.
Well, okay. Go and take a little more time off. Go and get your life back on track, and your apartment, of course. When am I going to see you again?
Next Friday?
Listen, let's say Thursday. The days you take will be considered unpaid vacation, and you can catch up on the lost hours next month. Sound okay to you?
That sounds... okay. Thanks, Mr. Greenberg.
Well, what are you waiting for? Get out of here. Dare I ask what you're going to be doing with the time?
Okay, then. I'll go and take care of my life. Deal with some official paperwork, buy some furniture, stuff like that.
Didn't you take any stuff from your house along?
I gave everything away.
Are you out of your mind? What was that for? You really threw everything away?
Yes, I felt like it. I didn't want to take so many memories with me.
I get it. A very costly method to get rid of memories.
There are situations when money is just not that important. There is another question. Next Monday?
No, that's out of the question. Monday is too late. Before this weekend, we have the first telescreen launch. I cannot spare you that long.
There is another question. There is something else.
Let's hear it, Wright?
May I ask you something personal?
Of course.
I still got things to do.